Okay, so Tesla, which is available to download from Monday, which is a new film by Michael Almereyda. Michael Almereyda did a like a kind of an updating of Hamlet with Ethan Hawke many years ago, and in this new film, Ethan Hawke plays Tesla, the inventor of alternating current, um, who, because of the way that Almereyda sort of did this very much into sort of theatrical explanations of situations. I think he's a very interesting director. So what he does is he tries to create a world which basically is full of all these anachronisms, like it's got laptops and references to Google and modern pop tunes. And there's one moment in it in which Ethan Hawke, as Nikola Tesla, actually karaoke sings the whole of "Everybody Wants to Rule the World" by Tears for Fears, which sounds like it ought to be absolutely ludicrous, but somehow it kind of works because it's a film about the way in which Tesla is imagining the future. And so therefore, whilst it's, on the one hand, it's narrated kind of as a lecture about how little we actually know about Tesla. There's the standard story, which I think everybody's kind of familiar with, of the interplay between Tesla and Edison, who is played by Carl MacLachlan. It has loads of scenes that didn't happen, and then we'll get a thing which says like this didn't happen. Like at one point, they have an ice cream fight with each other, but then you'll get that scene, and then you'll get this. This didn't happen. This is an invention. But it's an attempt to tell the story of Tesla's life in a way which isn't kind of just like a boring biopic. And if you think about films like the Current War, which actually came out quite recently, I suppose, which is just very down the line and not very interesting. This is an attempt to tell that story in a way that is adventurous and sort of reflects the adventurousness of Tesla's thinking. It's not wholly successful. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. There are things in it that work better than others. But I would always much rather see somebody attempt to do something adventurous like this than just doing a kind of nuts and bolts biopic. I mean, bear in mind, for me, the best screen incarnation of Tesla is still David Bowie in The Prestige, the Chris Nolan film, in which Bowie plays this really kind of magic. I mean, it's a film about magic, and Tesla's presence in it is completely correct because it's a kind of magical figure. And in fact, I was reading an interview with Ethan Hawke. Almereyda cites as inspirations drunk history as one of them, because he says that history is by its very nature blurry and muddled and hidden. And then Ethan Hawke said, I love this, he said that as far as he was concerned, he always looked, while he was in the role, to David Bowie, because he loved the idea that Bowie had played Tesla in The Prestige, because of everything that's associated with Bowie, the kind of the alien thing, almost otherworldly. And so he said that all the way through when he was doing the film, he said, I would always think, well, what would David Bowie do? Because I think he's a great North Star. So as I said, I think it's adventurous. It doesn't entirely work. And that moment, the karaoke moment of him singing "Everybody Wants to Rule the World" by Tears for Fears is so audacious that you could either just go, okay, no, I'm not having this, or you go, okay, I'm on board. Well, I went with it, and I'm glad I did, because there is stuff in there that is genuinely interesting and adventurous, and it's available to download digitally on Monday, and it's called Tesla.
I'm quite intrigued, only because the last time I saw Ethan Hawke was for that first Reformed movie.
Yes.
A couple of years back, which was very good, but and he came on the show, but it's quite intense. Is that
Yes.
is that film? And this
It is.
and Tesla sounds like slightly more fun.
Well, he plays Tesla with a great intensity. He plays him as a man, sort of haunted almost by his inventions, haunted by the invention of alternating current, which of course he is told is a disaster and will never work. And then, of course, well, as we all know, the future was indeed dreamed and written by Tesla. But the film itself has a playful attitude towards it, even though he plays that central character in the same way, actually, that Bowie does in The Prestige. He plays him as a kind of somber, worried, soft-spoken, slightly alien character, and I think that actually does work rather well.